So, for those of you who are Bible scholars, there are a lot of stories that when you hear in the Bible, you begin to wonder if actually these things are possible or these things are true because of the outcome of most of these stories. Hello, everyone, and welcome to D and Z TV, the place where we are designed to give you up-to-date information of everything happening in the palace of the Ooni of Ife and the entertainment industry at large. So, if you've not subscribed to the channel, we urge you right now to click on the subscription button, comment, like, and share our videos as we give you more up-to-date information. So, it is actually no more news to us that Miriam has actually and always tried to be one step ahead of every other person in the palace by doing the kind of things she normally wants to do. And right about now, she has actually gone a step ahead to see that she engages other means that will actually put her ahead of every other person in the palace. The other day, Miriam actually invited the Ooni of Ife to the palace for a conversation. When the Ooni got to the palace, Miriam now requested that she wants the Ooni to lie on her lap. The Ooni was very surprised when Miriam made this suggestion because the truth is that has actually not happened before. And with the fact that the Ooni is a royal father who is not supposed to lie down on the laps of a woman, it was really a thing of worry that the Ooni found himself in this kind of predicament. It is a predicament because Miriam has even in some times tried to arrange or organize other women for the Ooni just as a way of taking off the other wives who she feels are competition to her. So to make this work, she has actually now decided to make the Ooni to lie down on her laps as a way of getting the Ooni to do her biddings. But one thing Miriam always forgets is that the Ooni is a very spiritual person. So he has a way of seeing things before they happen. He has a way of the gods speaking directly to him before anything could happen. That is why when Miriam now opted and requested for the Ooni to come and lie on her laps inside her chambers, she asked, the Ooni requested that Miriam should go back immediately because he seems not to understand the plan or ulterior motive that Miriam has. Actually, before now, Miriam has consistently tried everything humanly possible to make sure that she controls the Ooni of Ife. Now, the Ooni might not be a Christian, as in Christian, but our book of Bible story, which was something well celebrated before, is something that somehow the Ooni must have laid hands on it. And if the Ooni right now has laid hands on this piece of book, it is now evident that he knows and understands the story of Samson in the Bible. And for those of us who know the story of Samson very well, Samson didn't end as he's supposed to end. Samson ended in a very chaotic way and chaotic manner. So right now, the only thing the ooni needs to do is to flee, because the Bible was very specific when he mentioned flee. So right about now, the ooni had to heed to the instruction of fleeing instead of him to find himself in a very delicate situation and manner. If you look at it very well, you realize that some things have actually gone out of hand because of how the ooni tries to behave with Miriam. Miriam, as a matter of fact, is the black sheep in the palace. Of all the wives of the ooni of Ife, Miriam seems to be the black sheep who has consistently tried to see that the ooni falls out of favor with other of his wives. And now Miriam is actually trying everything humanly possible to position herself to be the favorite wife of the ooni of Ife. But even as at that, the ooni is more intelligent than he should be. Now, do not also forget that Naomi has always been calm as when anything concerns the palace. She is calm because she knows and understands the intricacies of the palace. And do not forget, there's a popular saying that what you hold in your hand, you require not a mirror to look at it. As a matter of fact, Naomi seems to be the calmest of all the wives of the ooni of Ife. She doesn't struggle to be seen or to be heard. But all the other wives have been able to develop a point for all of them to see that they still have opportunities of marketing their wares. So right now, the ooni has actually refused the offer of Miriam because such offers could be termed Trojan horse. Such offers could, if not properly harnessed, could change the landscape of everything happening, which is actually not too good.